Oh hey there, welcome back to Blurbox and welcome to my apartment. I'm in my flat right now, animating away, animating for this episode actually. And what is this episode, you ask? Well, I will tell you, but before I do, please hit that subscribe and like button and the Alright guys, that was a bit cheeky there. Do you ever when people make videos on YouTube and they have that like and subscribe animation? It always kind of bothered me a little bit. It kind of bothered me, yeah. A lot of the time there's no slow in and slow out. There's no thinking of timing. It doesn't even look like a cursor. The way a person would move a cursor around the screen. Yeah, I'm weird like that. Maybe I need some therapy. I don't know. So, this being a YouTube channel, I decided I'm going to reanimate my own. And this being an animation YouTube channel, it's going to have some character. Literally, it's going to have a character. And it's going to have a few of the principles of animation. And it's going to look awesome. Probably. Yeah, probably. So I wasn't going to make a video out of this, but I, partway through, decided that I'm just going to do it. I'm gonna record, I'm gonna screen record this and that and try and make a video out of it and make it interesting. So of course I'm using Blurboxman for this, it only makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a subscribe, like, and notification bell. I'm gonna have him hit them in a different way each, kinda. He's going to hit his mark and he's going to do the like and subscribe thing. So the first one that I didn't record for you guys was him jumping in and he's karate chopping the subscribe button. And then he's going to pull out a hammer and he's going to hit the bell, a big giant bell, and then he's going to give the thumbs up. Yeah, you can't see it, but I actually just did the thumbs up. Yeah, he's going to give a thumbs up and that's going to be it. It's going to be nice and short and hopefully it will get me like another dozen subscribers or something. Okay, so, so I'm just finishing up the jump here. He's landing down and I wanted a nice stretch in there, which I got. And I'm going to have some follow through with the hat bit, the head bit, or the hair, whatever you want to call it. And then he's squashing down. So from that, he's going to jump up and hoo-yah! He's going to karate chop the subscribe sign. So he's jumping up here and I'm giving him a nice amount of stretch. And when he hits the top there, he's going to really hit a nice C-curve pose. And it's going to follow through from the top of his hand all the way down to those feet. And he's going to hold it just enough to really sell that pose. So with that one action there, jumping up, getting into pose to karate chop, I've done several principles there. Stretch and squash, let's see, follow through and overlapping action, slow in and slow out. There's a bit of arc in there. There's solid drawing, it's appealing, and it's exaggerated. I love exaggeration, by the way. I love a bit of exaggeration in some animation. Because that's what animation's about. It's about taking life and pushing it in a way that's really appealing and entertains people. Okay, so here I'm doing the eyes, and he's really straining here. He's gonna, I almost swore, but he's really gonna karate chop that subscribe button, and I really want him straining, so I'm gonna have some bags under the eyes as he's really trying to do that. Because I wasn't recording this when I animated it, when he karate chops, I really have a stretch there on the hand, a sort of wipe kind of action. In the end, I actually do end up just doing a wipe, and I can go over that in the end if you guys want to learn about wipes. But yeah, what I'm mostly doing now is follow through action on his hair. That's in quotes, his hair, and it's following through with secondary action. Okay, so this key pose coming up here when he hits the button right there. That's highly exaggerated, as you can tell. I really wanted to sell that BAM kind of action. It looks ridiculous, but it's only held for 1/20th of a second, so it kind of sells the slap he's doing. He's really slapping it. And yeah, that's what I love about animation. I love exaggerating parts to really sell what you're trying to do. I've worked on shows where it's more, I don't know, they say it's realistic animation. I kind of get what they mean, but a lot of the characters we animate have big heads and massive eyes and their proportions are way off, so it's not really real life, but the timing is a bit more realistic and the spacing and all that stuff. So I'd much rather just do wacky cartoony stuff, which I've worked on in the past before. I worked on The Loud House, which was a really fun show to animate on. That cartoon is snappy and exaggerated, and it was so much fun to work on. It was also well written and the gags were awesome and the animation was exceptionally good. Okay, so now we're moving into the second phase where Blurbox is jumping up and he's going to pull out a hammer from behind him. It's a cartoon, so it comes out of his back pocket and you can fit anything in your back pocket if you're a cartoon character. And he's going to jump up and smash the bell. I do eventually get a sledgehammer in there, but at this point, I did the same thing in the Zelda episode I did, but I didn't draw the prop in. I didn't have the prop in hand, so I draw that later on and then adjust accordingly. I think mainly I do that because dealing with props is annoying, especially a character who's dealing with multiple props. That's very annoying, but I have this sort of PTSD where I don't like dealing with props. I blame the last show I worked on, or every show I've worked on actually. So yeah, this pose here, look at that, it's a nice C curve I have going through there. And there's another line of action going through his arms to his screen right leg. And just a minute now, yeah, now I'm starting to build a hammer. Hurrah! So references required. Going on Google and choosing a nice looking sledgehammer. I wasn't sure about the head bit. I wasn't sure, what's that called? What is that called? The top of the hammer, the big metal bit. I just used Google again and it is called the head. Okay, so I wasn't sure about the shape of that, so I'm using reference to figure that out, and I'm going to get that in and I'm going to color it. So when Blur pulls the sledgehammer out of his back pocket, the action's so quick that you don't even notice that it comes out of nowhere, technically. It just appears in his hand. And I shrink it down to hide the fact that it comes out of nowhere. But the action's so snappy that it works. The thing I like about digital animation is that you can just reuse stuff. You can just copy and paste it into another frame. I like to do that when I'm working out a new pose, and I find another pose that I've done that is kind of similar. Maybe like 40%, 30% there, but I can adjust it enough to make it into a different pose. And you can also take poses from different scenes and paste them in, or from different episodes. And that's really useful to save time, and it's really important to save time in TV animation. Am I right, guys? I'm always right, 40% of the time, so there we go. Alright, let's move to in-betweening these keys. So here's what the pose looks like, and I'm just going to animate the bell real quick. I'm going to have it rocking back and forth. And now I'm going to start in the twisting motion with box hitting the bell. Now I'm going to start in the twisting motion with box hitting the bell. And what I want to do is I want the antic here, when he's really stretching right there, I want it to really twist, and I want a lot of tension in the antic. So he hits the bell, and then I'm going to have him land back down on his feet, and then when he lands, he's gonna give a thumbs up, and that's going to be the like notification. When he hits the bell, I animated him so he vibrates back and forth, sort of like a Looney Tunes cartoon, and that sells the kind of cartoony flavor of this animation. Okay, so he lands on his feet and there's some squash at the bottom. His legs bend and his arms come down. And then he pops up into a neutral position. Ready to give the thumbs up? And they're okay. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep last night. I just went and bought some coffee. You hear that noise in the background? It's the kettle. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. What am I doing? That's better. So he's going to land and he's going to have a little cheesy grin on his face. Very cute. Thank you, Box. I think I'm just going to call him Box from now on. I never chose a name for him. I always call him Box Guy or Box Blurt Box or Blurt. Just Box. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Box lands and then he's going to settle. And then he's going to give the big old thumbs up. So Box has quite noodly arms, and I'm thinking when he moves his arms, they sort of bend and twist and drag quite a bit. So when he pulls them up, he's anticing his arm up to do the thumbs up. And when it comes down, he's going to pop it open. And going both ways, it's gonna bend and drag. Just to add to the appeal of the character. Okay, so I think I'm just going to end it here. I don't really have much left to explain or say. It's mostly just cleaning up the character and tightening poses. Kind of boring stuff, although I love it. I love doing that. But I'm going to show you the end result. But before I get there, I should say I have a Patreon. So if you want to see some artwork, some progressions on the animations I'm doing, if you want to have a chat, if you want to suggest something I should animate, yeah, $2 a month, you can get all that. And thank you to everyone who is a patron with me. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Mwah. I'm also thinking about doing a little side hustle. So if you see this video and you think, oh, maybe I could have my own personalized like and subscribe animation, I'll pin a comment below, and if there's enough positive reaction to it, yeah, I'll definitely set something up, and maybe we could work together. You know, that actually sounds like fun, just doing like and subscribe animations full time. Let me know in the comments. Okay, and here's the final video. So I added some sound effects to it. You should see this on videos going forward. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.